Welcome to CK4RC.
Hey, welcome back. It is comp day, so we are outside at the CK4RC testing grounds, proving grounds, crawler course, whatever you want to call it. I call it different things. It just depends on what day of the week, depends on how tired I am, depends on how hungry I am. That dictates a lot of who I am and what I do. Anyway, you can see the banners back here behind me. I got the CK4RC banner from Only RCs. I got the RC Garages banner from, you guessed it, RC Garages. And then I got the other RC, Only RC's banner over here. And then I got some smaller Spats Prince banners down. They're down there. They're down there. Trust me, they're down there. So let's go see who all we got. It's gonna run the course with us today. So let's get an introduction to the drivers, shall we? All right, man. Tell us who you are and what you brung.
My name is Harold, and I brought a SCX24 Deadbolt and an SCX24 Gladiator.
Stock?
Not really.
Tell us about them.
Deadbolt's heavily modified, not by me. It was bought, not built. And the Gladiator's got... I ain't too proud.
Yep, all right.
The Gladiator's got, let's see, axles, ESC, tires and rims, some basic modifications here or there.
Tell us a story on those axles.
On the axles? No, we're not going to. No.
What do you mean, no?
No.
Just a hard no?
No, there was a broken bolt or screw, and it just wasn't good, no.
But you got to sort it out.
Yes, finally.
And the truck's with you.
Yes, it is.
And the plan is to run it.
Let's hope so. Let's hope it's running afterwards. That's what we're doing.
That is, yeah, I mean, that's a good plan. Yes. So, all right, well, let's see them. Show us.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Give us the tour.
All right, Grand Tour, stock blue. Took off the tent thing on the top.
Yep, need to do that.
Rims, Little Guy Racing Part tires.
Was Black Label?
Yes, they are.
Nice.
Pretty simple underneath, not too terrible.
Okay.
And then the Deadbolt looks a little different, looks a little beat up, but this is kind of a beater. Let's see what happens to it, and let's see what happens at the end.
Good luck with those extended axles.
Yeah, no kidding. Thanks.
All right, man. Tell us who you are and what you brought.
Cody Pringle, and I brought a custom Betty SCX24, fully custom modded, custom paint job, and then a Fair RC custom modded T-Hunter. They made 77 or 99 of them. I got number 77.
Nice, with the double-digit theme. I like that.
Oil-filled shocks.
Betty, that is not a typical Betty. So tell us
no,
about that
so that's a carbon fiber chassis, CK4RC steering servo, FuriTech Komodo motor, and then I'm running with a FlySky GT5 transmitter.
Nice. So we got the 24 scale with the Betty. We got the 18 scale with the T-Hunter. All right, man. Where can people find you online?
Short_stacks_RCs and YouTube.
Same for Instagram and YouTube?
YouTube, same thing. And then handle. Facebook is Cody Pringle.
All right, man. Thanks. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, man. Tell us who you are and what you brought today.
All right, I'm Chad Johnson from Hype RC. Today, I brought my Red Cat Ascent 18 comp rig, my SCX24 Jeep. This is my TRX4M comp rig, and then my CR18P Evo Pro.
Nice. So, are you running all four? Which ones are you running?
Today, we're going to run the SCX24 and the 24 comp, and then we're going to run the Red Cat Ascent 18 and the 18 scale comp.
All right, you want to tell us a little bit about the builds?
So, on this one, we have mostly Red Cat Ascent parts. We've got the new Endura drives. We've got the under and overdrive from Red Cat in. We've got the links from Red Cat as well. And then we have the FuriTech system. And then we're going to be running our MT12 on the ER3CI receiver. We got magnetic mounts for the body. And then on the SCX24 Pro, we have the new MLS servo here. We're going to run a 2-in-1 FuriTech system again on the MT12 with the R3CI receiver. And then we have these new Next Racing aluminum oil-filled shocks. These are going to be nice. These are actually true reservoir oil-filled shocks. We're running a 20-weight oil in those today.
Excellent. All right. You already mentioned it, but where can we find you online?
Hype RC.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, so first on the course was our local expert, Chad Johnson from Hype RC, running a heavily modified SCX24 with a full custom paint job from Van DeWitt from Microcrawler Club. Chad's taking a ride on the teeter-totter. It's the first one in, showing us not the best tactic to use. Skipping ahead over here to Hangman's Pass. He makes easy work of the lower section, but then he quickly finds out why I call it Hangman's Pass, as he just gets hung up there. Now he's on to Dead Man's Curve, and he is about to learn why, just like Hangman's Pass, I call it Dead Man's Curve. Luckily, he rolled out, and then he just lucked his way into backing through the gate. And then he almost touched his truck for a hand to God penalty, but he caught himself. Fortunately for him, he managed to get his truck turned around and head down towards the broken bridge. And Chad, as our first driver on the course, did not have the luxury of learning the best line to take the broken bridge. Unfortunately for everybody that ran the competition, they were not able to find that line. So after a little bit of hand of God correction, Chad was able to finish the climb down and come up to the last section of the log run, jump over this little widow's peak right here without high pointing, and then took him a second to fight his way into the chute. But once he got the front tires into the line, he was able to take the chute with no problems. Just like that, and across the line. Next up, we've got yours truly with the red bolt coming up here on the top of Hangman's Pass, coming into Dead Man's Curve. And I have never worked so hard from trying to not get a penalty, only to end up ultimately taking a penalty. But I danced around this cone. I was two-stepping and ball and chain. No, that's ball and chain's not a thing. Whatever kind of dance you can come up with. I'm drawing a blank right now on dance moves. I got the Charleston. I was doing the Charleston and the little soft shoe for the people. And eventually I was like, all right, I'm just gonna pull a Chad. I'm gonna reverse through this gate, but that's where I went wrong. And I was not able to save that. So here we've got the first entry into the 18 scale lineup with Cody Pringle's Fair RC Modified T-Hunter, limited edition. Only 99 of these were made. He had number 77, as he mentioned in his introduction. And the way that he just gets right up Hangman's Pass, the lower section, and he does a pretty good job with the upper section here as well. Just finds a different line that works, but he started to get hung up there a little bit, but he managed to course correct and find a line that worked for the T-Hunter. And Cody had a really smooth run with his 24 scale, which I actually didn't get footage of. Unfortunately for him, he did take a DNF as he blew out his front drive shaft right at the end of the course, but he was well on his way to picking up a victory in the 24 scale. Unfortunately, his truck just didn't quite have enough to get across the finish line. But the T-Hunter, you can see him servo steering and dancing the rear end around that gate marker, so he didn't take a penalty. and then just coming on down to the broken bridge. And he didn't think this was challenging enough, apparently, so he just decided to ruin it for everybody. And he just took out the whole left side of the broken bridge. But anyway, he comes up, hits the second half of the log run, and just walks his way into and through the chute for what would be the winning run for the 18th scale class. It was a really smooth run from Cody Pringle. Very well done. Did get a little bit of a gate touch there, but at that point, he had already smoked everybody else. So here we've got Chad's Red Cat Ascent 18. This is also heavily modded. He's running a Fury Tech brushless setup under that thing. He's got all of the Red Cat aftermarket suspension links, and the tire setup he was running on that thing was really good. Just the grip of the tires he was running, and I don't remember if they were Little Guy Racing Parts tires. I'm not sure exactly what they were, but they were getting the job done. So he's coming up on the opposite side of the broken bridge after Cody decided to annihilate it for everybody. But he didn't quite hit the line quite right, and he found himself in no man's land, unfortunately. He just kind of dug himself into a hole that he couldn't get out of. Or could he? It wasn't pretty, but he did manage to power his way out. The magnetic mounts on the body weren't quite strong enough to hold that in place, but he did not touch a gate, and he didn't have to touch his truck. So I threw the body back on for him, and he's through the gate without a penalty. Now he's just trying to find a good line to take this stair step down to end the rock crawl section of the course. It's a clean dismount there. Coming up to the second half of the log run, the Widow's Peak right there, and then into the chute. And again, the chute was very cooperative on comp day. As you can see, guys just wheeling through there like experts and across the line. That run was good enough for second place in the 18th scale. And then finally, yours truly, I had to show the guys how to hit this stair step down. That was the only successful run, taking the stair step down there without flipping over for the whole day. So I will take that as a win, even though I ended up getting dead last on my own course and my own competition with what I thought was going to be my strongest truck. But the tires, they got dirty and they did not grip whatsoever. And so coming down the broken bridge right here, had to take this line again because of the destruction that Cody had brought. So this side of the bridge I had never successfully hit before, but as you can see, I ended up coming out looking pretty good. Got hung up just a little bit there at the end. But the good news was I was able to dance around and power my way through for the second clean pass of the broken bridge all day long. And there's some driving footage from the first ever CK4RC Invitational. As you see, the Hobby Plus Evo Pro with the brushless Fury Tech system finishing the second half of the log run, the Widow's Peak and the chute, working its way out. Somehow I managed to clip that gateman across the line.
Everybody ready? Everybody ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh! Yeah.
Oh, shameful.